Hey, hello guys, it's Zerker, and today we're looking at some Killing Floor 3 gameplay. So this was a surprise to me, but they actually did a live stream yesterday where they showed off Killing Floor 3 gameplay, talked about some stuff, and yeah, I've got a page of notes, just basically going to be going over everything which I could pick out. And yeah, this game comes out in just under a month, which is crazy. I remember the first time I actually heard about this game, and I remember exactly where I was when I first got the reveal trailer for it way back in like August of 2023, and now we're here, like basically near like the launch of it. There's even going to be, you know, even more updates later down the line, so it's going to be going for a while. We're going to be taking a look at this gameplay and see what we can find. There is a segment where they talk about Zerker, which is separate from Ninja. It's not quite confirmed, but it sounds like Ninja and Zerker are going to be entirely different things.
So I just want to take a step back, and I don't want to get you
Let's
into
do
trouble, but you're saying there's a chance for us Zerker mains to see a Zerker in the future.
What was the thing you said the other day about breaking NDAs on a live
I
stream? It's just an
I,
announcement at that point.
I was saying if Mia, if Molly or I do it, we're in trouble. If you do it, it's a new announcement.
Okay,
'Cause
okay. I would say this, that I have seen early documentation on Berserkers and things like that. So yeah, it's absolutely a possibility. The big thing is with post-launch, just like KF2, we want to add new perks, new weapons, new maps, and new Zeds that give you more options, right? So we're trying some stuff that's new at the beginning. There's going to be some classic stuff that you guys love and know from the past as well, and there's going to be even more new stuff post-launch as well. So a variety for you guys.
So yeah, we already know that Gunslinger is going to be returning with DJ Scully, of course, and we have like an idea that Berserker is going to be like a separate thing. It's not fully confirmed. They talked a bit about Berserker. It sounds like it is separate from Ninja, but again, we'll have to wait and see. And also here as well, they showed off some gameplay of the reimagined city streets, which obviously looks a lot better with the lighting. It looks very moody as well. Like, you know, I'll talk about the purple colours. It looks miles better than the, you know, the one that we got in the closed beta. And yeah, you can see, you know, all the concept art is carried over. I know some people said in the comments like the concept art wasn't actually going to be what the map looks like, but it is actually what it looks like. You can see all of them ideas I've come across like onto the map, and yeah, it looks pretty damn great. I can't wait to play this. It looks really good, and I've noticed as well performance looks a bit better when watching through the stream. There wasn't so much lag. There was a few bugs here and there, which is to be expected. They've still got things to do, but yeah, I mean, performance wise it looks a lot better. When I played it like way back in February, it was pretty buggy. I did have a few crashes as well, so hopefully we don't get any more crashing. It seems like fully destructible environments are still a thing. Those doors just fell off, which is cool. But yeah, it is looking miles better. Actually, the graffiti, like a quick glimpse of that. It is looking really good now, a lot better. Oh yeah, so you can see there as well, like the limbs actually explode. You can see that clot just literally exploded into like little pieces. That's a really cool detail I didn't notice or didn't see at all in the beta or any reveal. Just something I wanted to point out. So in terms of glory kills, they are still in the game, and yes, they are a bit like Doom, which I mean I'm a bit 50-50 on. Don't really fit with the game, but they said it is rewarding and giving you a ton of dosh. So I mean, as long as there is like a high reward for, you know, doing the glory kills, risking your life to get in there and glory kill, I guess it is worth it. I've noticed some of the animations do look a little bit janky, but of course that is still to be fixed.
Nice.
got him. So Brian, do you want to talk about the decisions behind this system that we just saw
Yeah.
that raped us?
So oh geez, we are getting hit with, all right, mutations. We've got sirens, biological damage, Zed sound wave damage. Specialists, all right, so look for biological weapons. This is gonna be a tough one. So yeah, executions kind of feed into the mindset of risk versus reward, right? Like it's not something that you have to do, but that was a scenario of like, you can only perform executions on flesh pounds and skrakes at this point. And what that allows you to do is basically like overcharge those enemies in their down state, and they'll kind of like overheat and explode and kill Zeds around them. The other thing that's kind of changed since the beta is you get a pretty healthy amount of dosh for performing those executions. So you have that risk versus reward. Do you kind of go into a crowd where you focus on taking that enemy out, executing him, getting more dosh, and taking out more enemies? The other thing is there are particular Zeds that can execute as well. So just know that if you kind of take that risk versus reward, if you go in and you got low health, like, you might get executed.
So yeah, Zeds also have their attacks. We've seen some of those with the Scrake, where he literally rips you in half with a chainsaw. I think the blow holds you down and pukes on you. We've seen that in some of the reveal stuff. Again, pretty cool. I think it just adds, I don't know, like a bit more uniqueness to the game, because it's proper like brutal executions. It feels like the Zeds are actually killing you rather than just hitting you until you go down. Like, it feels like, oh no, I proper died here, like it's over. Like, hopefully that makes sense. And yeah, they were talking about mutations as well. So every wave there's like some kind of mutation, like buffs and nerfs kind of thing. So you get like an increase in sirens, flesh pounds for example. Like a certain type of damage will be buffed for a certain while. Again, it spices the gameplay up rather than just, you know, shooting Zeds, finishing a game, and that's it. It kind of reminds me of Killing Floor 2's Endless Mode, where you had like certain mutations like Pandemonium, where you just had like flesh pounds and loads of them. It's mixed with that into survival mode, which is pretty cool.
He's down.
Oh,
Excellent. Oh, nice Z time. Nice Z time.
Yeah, sadly the Z time bar is still on, and see, I don't know if I like the Z time bar really. Like, I prefer my Z time when it's a lot more random, rather than it just like telling you when it's going to activate. And that's what makes the other two games great, to be honest, because like you don't know when you're going to get it, and it's actual lifesaver. It's probably one of the most unique things with Killing Floor, but yeah, I don't know. When it tells you when it's going to activate, I'm not sure if I'm a fan of that.
So one of the things I wanted to touch on, Brian, that we really didn't get a chance to yet, is a lot of the
Give you some more
performance
dosh.
work that the team's been doing since
Yes.
the previous build. Like, and that's
Yeah.
not just, you know, stamping down the spikes. That's lowering the overall average, you know, milliseconds, so people have just smoother, higher frames more consistently. It's a lot of hard work and a lot of time and effort, and I think it's been really paying off.
Yeah, our the entire team, but in particular our engineering, our QA teams, they've put a lot of work into increasing performance, and it's really starting to show. I was very fortunate and very lucky to get to travel to IGN, and there was a lot of work going on, and when we came back there was some pretty significant gains in frames alone. So yeah, it's been nice. Like, making games is literally like one step above sorcery, in my opinion. And
I
seeing
agree.
some of the work that the team has been doing. Oh my god. Sorry, sirens immediately.
So yeah, like I mentioned before, you know, there's a lot more performance fixes now. Like, it obviously, it does actually look better from the footage. It doesn't look so buggy. Of course, there's still a few things around, but yeah, not very much crashing. Hopefully, anyway, because I had a lot of that. I actually experienced it on a live stream once when I was playing the closed beta.
No,
Molly, do you
the
need
slide is still in the
I
game,
do.
El Banana.
yes,
All right,
please.
I got you.
Albana, sorry. But it has been slowed down considerably in terms of how you can use it.
Here, let me give
And
you.
it's something that I think the team is still making adjustments on.
Let me give you a little more.
Okay.
You got a good bit. I gave you like 1,000.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, slide and dash are still there. They're just kind of tuned a little bit more so that you can't really exploit them, right? But there's still really valuable options for, one, just simply navigating the space, or like if I'm fighting and a husk is doing a particular attack, I can kind of use. Oh shit! All right.
Oh, we're gonna
Talk
get
time
the
is
tag
over.
team.
Yeah.
It's imperial
yeah.
time.
Yeah. Sorry, you're gonna
I'm-
see me go from ranges of like professional to just panicking here.
So yeah, there is actually sliding and stuff in the game still. You didn't really see them use it on the actual live stream, but it is there. And they said it's a lot more like unexploitable, which I don't know how to feel about that. Because I mean, I prefer the movement to this than Kingdom Floor 2, so just running. That's one thing I actually liked about Kingdom Floor 3. They said they were going to make the movement a bit more fluid. You could actually like move around a lot better. But you still got things like vaulting and stuff where you can get out of corners and stuff. So I suppose that is advanced movement still. To be fair, sliding, I feel it didn't do much difference anyway. It's going to give like a little bit of an advantage, so I can't complain too much.
Yeah, launch is just the beginning, and to kind of answer 2 questions here, we will be sharing more about the future as we get closer to launch and definitely post-launch. We'll have things like roadmaps to share with everybody, and I'm sure everybody's super, super interested in that. And yeah, I've seen that burning question, you know, when are you guys gonna have a chance to get your hands on the game next? Yes, you will get a chance to have your hands on the game before launch. We want you to check it out. We want you to keep giving us, you know, your feedback. We do not have more details to announce today. That being said, this is just the first of many streams. We'll be continuing to make announcements across our social spaces, so just please stay tuned to all the places and you won't miss it.
So yeah, there's going to be a possible chance where you could actually get another beta before the game releases. Maybe content creators like myself might be able to get early hands on again. I would definitely like some of that. But also I'd like for everybody to basically get their hands on before the game releases. And they said as well they're going to be releasing a roadmap at some point, basically going over their plans for the future. I'd definitely love to see that. And they even said as well they're going to be upping their, you know, socials with like announcements and stuff, hopefully, so we get some more information. It'd be cool. I know there's been like 2-month breaks at times where you had nothing from Kingdom Floor 3, so hopefully we get some more of that. Yeah, it's just some exciting things, you know, coming up for launch. Hopefully we do get a beta again. But yeah, they basically showed off some convoy footage after this, and it actually does look really good. It actually looks like Mountain Pass, like the lighting and stuff. You can see the sunset in the distance. Although I actually played this map when it was darker. I kind of prefer it when it was darker, but I also like the sunset. Yeah, this is another map that didn't really change much apart from lighting, but again, looks good. If you are a fan of Mountain Pass from Kingdom Floor 1, of course this will be a map for you. I'm actually a fan of this map personally.
I don't want to use the fan on them because I want to keep that fan up and going.
So that's one of those pro strats out there.
See, that's what I'm talking about really with the takedown animations. I noticed it was a bit janky. The character was literally going all over the place when, you know, they brought this Scrake's head to the floor, and yeah, that still needs some work in my opinion, but apart from that, the rest of it looks great. I know there is still a few bugs that still need to be ironed out, and of course you got the removal of the specialist system like coming very soon, so yeah, definitely a lot of work to be done, not just that but post-launch. So yeah, that is basically everything I could pick out from the stream. There wasn't really much questions answered, but we did get a good idea of like where the game is currently up to. It looks better, performance looks better. Yeah, they did announce possible, you know, closed beta, open beta dates. You know, a lot more news and roadmaps like that. Even talked about some of the game features, you know, like the improvements. Some interesting stuff. I will leave the link to the full stream below, and they even said they will be streaming some more soon, so hopefully we get some more of that. I'd actually like to see the other maps as well, see how they look. But yeah, to keep up to date with the latest Kingdom Floor 3 news, of course, don't forget to like, subscribe, join Discord if you're new, and I will see you all in the next video.